Hey guys, welcome to BP, the Bible Perspective. Is America less racist today? Well, the answer is yes, but that also depends on how you define racist. Now, before I do, please like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. And as always, if you have a thought and comment, add it in the comment section below. All comments are welcome. I was recently watching a 6-minute video of PragerU. I see him on Facebook. It might be on other venues. The host, or the person who's behind this, is a conservative. I'm going to add a Jewish conservative by the name of Dennis Prager. Now, he is an ultra conservative, and thus PragerU tackles subjects as conservatism, but also racism. Usually when you have the racism, he enlists some of the black conservatives to talk about racism or the lack of racism in America. So people like Larry Elders and the new upcoming Candace Owens and different black conservatives. And their aim is to say, America's not that racist these days, or America's not as bad, or black people are the ones that's bad. Okay, that's usually what they say. So the question, of course, is America less racist? In fact, that was one of the subjects that was kind of on this Dennis Prager video. And Larry started off with Condoleezza Rice talking about the status of America and race or racism. And then it went to Larry Elders. One of the interesting things is you have to understand the argument. Okay, when Dennis Prager and a person like Larry Elders and a Candace Owens, they're not talking truth, and they're not really giving you truth, but you have to understand that they're giving you a carefully crafted argument. Now, I'm not going to get into all of the arguments in this video. Okay, I might do another video just on talking about the style and technique of the argument. Let me go back to my question though. Is America less racist today? The answer is yes, depending on how you define racist. And see, that's the question here. This is what I mean. The word racist today has become so generalized, you got to say almost case by case. When a person uses the term racist, what do they mean? I've been called racist on Facebook simply because I talk about racism. Yes, get that right. There are a lot of people who call me racist. Let me go back. How do you define racist then? Now, I just said America, on the basis of what is considered the definition of racist, okay, then America is less racist. Well, let's define racist. First of all, you have to say that what is racist, or what is racism, what is bigot or prejudice. Now, see, those three terms oftentimes get jumbled together. A bigot is a person who just simply doesn't like another person. Prejudice is in almost the same similar. It's having certain dislikes about a person or characteristics about a person. In other words, you could be a bigot but not be a racist. I'm going to get to racism in a moment. For example, take the member of the show All in the Family. Archie Bunker, who was the lead character played by Carol O'Connor. He was a bigot, but he wasn't a racist. Now, a racist, by definition, of course the word race in it, basically means this: one who believes one's own race is superior to another race. That's what a racist is. Now remember, a bigot could be a person, I don't like a person based upon certain characteristics. Those characteristics may or may not be dependent upon race. Of course, they could be race. In other words, I don't like black people, I don't like black skin. But you also can say, a bigot can say, I don't like white skin. I don't like Hispanic skin. But race always has to do with the race itself and the thought of one's superiority of a race and the inferiority of another race. It doesn't stop there, because then racism, okay, now says because of this thought or belief that I'm superior, I can now use that superiority to oppress and suppress the inferior race. Now, when we say America was racist, that's exactly what America did. That they used the belief of their race to be able to enslave black people, another race. Now, in order to do that, there were a couple of things they had to do. They had to condition their minds that they were superior and that they were right in doing that. Now, remember this statement in the Constitution that we believe that all men are created equal by their Creator and endowed with inalienable rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's not a direct quote, so I know I jumbled that up. But you get my point. So how do you come from that to enslaving black people? See, racism, you have to change, you have to move the goalposts of your morality and say, well, the exception is black people. And by the way, Christianity even went a step further and used the Bible. Genesis 9 and Genesis 11. God wanted the separation of the races. You know, in Genesis 9, you had God cursing dark skin and thus condoning the enslavement. In fact, I was just on a Facebook posting with a Christian man who believed in what's called Genesis 9 reasons for racism. Now, they don't say that, by the way, but here's what they believe. They believe that the three sons of Noah, and as it turns out, here's what happens. After the flood, Noah gets drunk. And one day he's passed out drunk. They did that back then. Passed out drunk. I don't know, it was something about the grapes and the wine. They were just passed out drunk. Ham, Ham, he goes in and he looks at his father's nakedness. Now, we don't know exactly what that means, but it means a lot more than it could be what it could mean. But anyway, he looks at his father's nakedness. Noah wakes from his sleep, realizes what Ham did, and he cursed, now get this, Canaan, a descendant of Ham. People think Ham was cursed, right? And then they say, well, the curse was dark skin and slavery, the consequences of the curse of Ham. So all black people, and of course they go through genealogy and says that the descendants of Ham, of course, settled in all of the dark-skinned countries. Thus, it is God's will that Ham and dark-skinned people, well, it's okay, you can enslave them. Why? Because God's on board with this. And of course, the other brothers settled in lighter-skinned nations, and well, God bless them. You actually have people who's in 2020 who believe this. They believed it back then. In other words, America used culture, religion, and science. That's right, even science, to say that they were superior. When I say science, think about this. Hitler came to one of the Olympic Games to witness, now get this, to witness the superiority of the white race over a black runner. He was humiliated because what? It didn't happen. Same thing during that same time, a few years earlier, the boxer Jack Johnson, and they called this is where this term white hope, the great white hope came, because they would bring these white men. I guess Jack Johnson, this black boxer, he was a flamboyant, eccentric black boxer. People think Muhammad Ali was, loudmouth and all that, but Jack Johnson was even worse. And then he would also marry white women and flaunt in front of him. But he was also just a superior being. He would just beat these white men effortlessly. And back then, they would have 20, 30, 40, 50 rounds oftentimes, okay? He would just beat them all the time. But the reason why these were kind of notable events is the belief that blacks were inferior. White were taught and conditioned that the blacks were inferior mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And yet, in every case, and they did this by science, in every case, this was proven to be false. Now we come to the fact of, when we talk about racism, remember, racism is this this belief that one's race is superior and another race is inferior, but it also, you're using the power that you may have to suppress this race. And that's why America, we say, is racist. Now, for 80% of America's history, so from the beginning, even if you clock it from 1776, if you actually clock it from 1619, it's even more, but say from 1776 until now, 80% of America's history has been racist. What? White America oppressing, suppressing black citizens. Now, in 1965, the last of the civil rights bills were passed, thus ending slavery. And that's why when we say that is America less racist, on that basis, yes it is, because the laws changed. Here's where America is not less racist in this respect. The heart didn't change. So yes, America is less racist, but in the hearts of a lot of people, they're still not. Let me also say, in the hearts of a lot of people, they did change. In other words, there are a lot of white people today that are not racist. They may have grown up racist, but they're not. And I can tell you that even just by logic and reason, they outgrew their racism. So in that respect, yes, America is less racist. African Americans have greater chances of success. We still have some struggles in areas. But yes, based upon the Constitution, America is less racist. All right, guys, that's my perspective. And again, I welcome your comments. And again, I also welcome an intelligent conversation on this subject. I'm going to be doing more videos as well and dealing with the subject of racism, because it's something that it still lingers on, but at the same time, it is fading. Okay, guys, that's my perspective. And as always, like and share this video and subscribe to BP, the Bible Perspective. Till next time, see you then.